Top right of the map, in the red color, we have the player for complexity. Our Protoss that was just trying to block the two-gate opponent.
Complexity killer.
Not all that successful, and therefore down one game. It is Killer. He is up against none other than the King of Marines at the bottom left in the blue color, our Terran player for the Prime team.
MarineKing Prime.
Just one MLG. MLG win the arena. Down a lot of Protoss players on the way. He has a 72% win ratio against Protoss.
You know, he took out Parting, and that is, I think, the biggest tell.
Harding is the Protoss versus Terran expert.
Yeah, he's shown some. I mean, I wouldn't say expert necessarily, but he's shown recently the most innovation and the strongest ideas. Now we're going to see Killer actually block a command center first by the looks of things. Oh, MarineKing's going to build it in an alternate location. That's going to hurt him a little bit. And Killer actually can now go do some more harassment in the main. This is looking pretty good for Killer so far. And Killer's just going to cut core and make his own nexus. He's going to not only plant it in the correct location, but will not be stopped because he hit his probe smartly from MarineKing. Nice. Could have gotten eBay blocked otherwise.
SCV ready.
We didn't really see anything.
Nope. He hit the probe. MarineKing came by. Did not see a thing.
That's pretty cool. Pretty interesting. Win rate when winning the first set for MarineKing, 87.5%. 21 wins and only 3 losses.
Yeah.
I could live with that.
It's a pretty good win rate. The probe continued to be annoying here for MarineKing. He actually may take out this SCV. Oh! He did not shift right click on that SCV. That's the way to do it.
SCV love cuddling a little bit and healing a fellow SCV, and therefore saving it from death. Oh.
He's going to check the gases one more time to get out of there. Oh, probe gets out with 1 hit point.
One lucky probe. Well, Killer and MarineKing are both going for the early expansion. Cloud Kingdom is a map where we've seen a lot of early game aggression as well, but this time both players decide to go for an early expo.
We may see some follow-up aggression though,
yeah.
as the 2-base timing attacks can still be quite effective. As MC has shown, sometimes Terrans recently have been cutting corners, and Zergs as well, so these attacks can really end games. Even Genius showed it against Alive in the round of 4 match.
And once again, talking about Genius, be reminded, ladies and gentlemen, that at the weekend we have the Code S final, and it is going to be insane. Genius against Donald, who is such a great matchup. I'm so looking forward to it.
Also remember that it was recently announced that the GSTL finals will be in Las Vegas at IPL 4, so I will be there. Calder will be there as well. Look forward to that. It'll be a great event. Twilight counts are going down for Killer. So that's it's going to be a pretty quick possible DT follow-up, very likely. And this can catch a lot of Terrans off guard. Right now, MarineKing has skipped to eBay.
And Killer likes his DTs. He really likes to go for DT play. He played a lot of his Code A games in the past with the follow-up. So this might actually work in his favor. I'm not quite sure if MarineKing is really one that is not able to scout it, but well, let's see. The Twilight Council is about to finish. He's adding additional gateways. Will we see the Dark Shrine?
Absolutely. Look at the gas stacking up here. And there it is. Dark Shrine. So this can catch a lot of players off guard. MarineKing will have the engineering bay.
Yeah, he just started the engineering bay at exactly the same timing as the Dark Shrine goes down.
That won't necessarily be enough though. It all depends on whether he has a turret up at first and if he has scans. If he does not make the turret, he just gets upgrades from that bay, then he's going to be in trouble. Hallucination being researched, so it looks like Killer is going to try to bypass the main, expecting there to be a turret there. He's going to use a hallucinated Phoenix and a pylon on the right side of the map in order to get the DTs in there. He even has a probe positioned over there, as we were just shown. So it's going to be pretty effective either way. MarineKing's not likely going to have a turret in his main. He hasn't made one at the front either, so there's the pylon going down outside of MarineKing's base.
How much energy does he have on his two command centers? Does he have enough for a scan? No, he does not.
He has dropped mules.
Wow, not a single scan available.
It's going to be a lucky timing for him, though, because he's going to be about 10 seconds away from dropping a mule when the DTs get into his base. Shrine finishing up here. He has no sentry, so he's going to have to... Okay, so he's making a hallucinated Phoenix all the way across the map. And he's going to send DTs at first to the natural, then he will warp in his next two in the main. He's starting 2 forges and a robo at the same time. Is just barely going to have enough resources to warp in more.
The DT is attacking the entrance right away, trying to block with Marines without combat shield just yet. They just get taken apart at the same time. You have to warp it into the main base. Here's one scan, taking down 2 Dark DTs at a time. And the second wave of Dark Templar entering the main base, wreaking havoc amongst the SCVs. Killer doing a lot of damage here.
Yeah, he is. He's actually going to prevent the stem from he did not prevent the stem, rather he saved the stem as I was trying to save MarineKing. One scan, he almost dodges the scan. One DT remains alive though, and no turrets have been started in the main mineral line. Surprisingly, the DT is just going to hang out rather than going in there. Okay, I was about to have a little bit of a... he's going to go for this instead. This doesn't make sense because his opponent can repair it. It looks like he's going to get it regardless, but...
Well, the problem is that we have hold position on the units for MarineKing, so there wouldn't be a point of attacking them. He did a good job so far. Killer just has to make sure that he stays outside of the... Whoa, outside of the range of his opponent's detection. The missile turret is still there. Warping in another DT now, granting vision onto the high ground with the first one and running right into the range of the turret.
Yeah, a little bit of sloppy control there by MarineKing. He's actually now just going to warp in another DT to... Killer just, I don't know, he could have done a lot more with this. But either way, the damage has been done. He will almost get another tank. Now the worker count, 49 probes to 42 SCVs. The army supply still very much so in MarineKing's favor. And in my personal opinion, with DT harassment, I will always go for the units instead of the workers. I will always kill the units because you can kill a Marine in one shot before combat shields are done. You limit your opponent's army size, then you can control the game however you want. If you kill SCVs with mules, does it really matter? Oftentimes, no. So I thought it was kind of a weird choice. That the Killer, he hesitated a lot with his DTs. He didn't target appropriately. He slowed down combat shields. That's it, though.
And this threw MarineKing a little bit off, but MarineKing is still in the supply lead. We have Killer now with a nice tech. He's already going for the extended thermal lance and for his Colossi composition. MarineKing, on the other hand, he does not know what's going on in his opponent's main base. So he has no idea, but there's a drop. Trying to get into the main base, spotted by one of the forward pylons, and he's taking it out immediately. So doing a decent job of trying to be a little bit more aggressive now. At the same time, we have now the second engineering bay for the upgrades as well as the armory once again.
Yeah, upgrades way ahead for Killer. He started 2-2.
Really good on upgrades.
He, is going to be met with 1-1 at an even upgrade position, but he's started his upgrades faster, and with Chrono Boost, obviously they're going to be very quick. No Vikings out just yet. The Colossus count is about to hit 2 with range.
If he's going for a nice timer with his +2/+2 attack upgrades and like 3 Colossi, he might be in a position to take it.
Yeah, he may very well be able to. MarineKing's attack here, he's added siege tanks into the mix, which is very unique, but I don't think attacking this army is a good idea right now. He's going to have to do a two-pronged attack, which is exactly what he's planning with these drop ships. It means the Colossus's DPS is going to be spread from 2 sides. Actually, no, he's going to send the majority of his army home and only do the drop. This can be okay.
And he's dropping into the main base, and the only thing that his opponent has is the warp in, and of course the Colossi needs to retreat though.
Yeah, that was a weird weird commitment there. He even brought the siege tanks. I thought that was a little bit strange.
Didn't do any damage at all. +2/+2 attack upgrades now on the way for MarineKing, but Killer's nearly done with this. Another DT has been warped in.
Well, he forced the scan. Well worth it there, actually. The scan for DT is not too bad. Yeah, and he's controlling the watchtowers with DTs as best as he can. This drop is completely wrecked that pylon, but
that pylon didn't have a chance.
Well, that pylon was in so much trouble, man. Did you know that 3 medevacs a siege tank and about, let's see, a total like 21 Marines is pretty good.
Yeah, the pylon was thinking about fighting back for a second, but then he was completely frozen.
Oh, this is actually a really good attack for Killer.
Yep.
The siege tank blasting a lot of his Marines. The Vikings in a good spot to deal with the Colossi. Colossi going for a command center, what?
He's focusing them wrong.
Well, it doesn't look like it matters anyways because he's just killing this army.
This is exactly the timing that we talked about earlier with a +2/+2 against 1/1. He's in a decent position. He didn't have enough
Oh, the
Vikings
Archon's going to do so much damage to these SCVs. The Archon, 12 kills on that Archon.
Yeah, this is going to, this is not going to end well for MarineKing.
Well,
he did not have the Viking count. He was a little bit surprised by his opponent's Colossi. The upgrades were highly in favor of Killer there.
Yeah, it's not going to end well for MarineKing, but it will end. Yes, there's no answer for these units anymore, and Killer with just a sudden 2-2 timing attack that MarineKing could not respond well to. His army was a little bit out of position, and that's all she wrote for game 2. TT aggression being fairly successful, and Killer just following things up with a nice timing. GG!
MarineKing taking a game. Good job. Very, very well done. Forcing a third, tying the series, and he might take it after all. He might be the one staying in Codes. And well, MarineKing, he didn't play bad, but he was not prepared for Killer's attack, and Killer was just so far ahead in his upgrades. He had a very, very nice army composition at that. And well, MarineKing certainly was not prepared for his opponent attacking and rushing in with what was proved to be the superior army.
Yeah, he had no idea what he was about to encounter. Half of his army in a weird medevac drop. Could not respond. His Vikings, you know, were in a good position, but they weren't targeting the correct Colossi at times. And Killer looked pretty strong in that game. His Dark Templar drops, if they had been shut down, he would have been way behind. But he did decently with them. He could have even done better. But that left him in a position where he kind of started things off well. And we've talked about so many times, the final map is dual site. So a tough map for Killer. He can do it. Some Protosses have obviously won on this map before. They have done it. It's not a 0% win rate for Protoss.
Great map for Protoss.
It forces the game to be played in a certain way.
I don't even get a troll for that?
No. No, you don't.
Okay.
Maybe on Twitter.
I tried.
Killer's laughing, man. He thought your joke was funny.
Your heart is bleeding every time you see dual side.
Yeah, man, it's map I hope no one's voting for on that booster poll, that's for sure. Well, we'll see if Killer can take this final game. He is one game away from getting that Code S back.
The push dances on dual side are a little bit like on Steps of War.
It's a little bit better.
It's a little bit better, and you don't have this high ground, low ground thingy going, but still.
I miss Steps of War sometimes.
What? Get out here.
I miss Desert Oasis too, man.
Yeah,
and
Scrap Station.
Nah, I don't miss Scrap Station. That map was too annoying. But anyway, we're going to have our final game between Killer and MarineKing here. One of these players will be going to Code S. Let's find out who it'll be at the GSL Code A.